What up, peeps? This is Eavesdropper here. I just wanted to have a quick conversation about this particular controller. This is the Xbox One Elite controller. Um, it is currently February of 2017, and I got this as a pre-order, so I got it on release date, which was October 15th, 2015. So it's been over a year that I've had this controller, so I wanted to tell you like how long it's or how it's lasted over time and if it's worth the buy at a steep $150 US. So let's get on to this quick little recap or review here. So as you can tell right from the get-go, you can't tell if you don't know, this is not the original USB controller or cable. The original cable was green, and I dropped this within the first month or two of owning it, about 2-3 feet under carpet, by the way, and it just jacked up the cable. Not the little not the clips in here or the hooks, but something wasn't quite working. And with that, it also messed up the inside of here, so I had to get a replacement controller. So the controller has a 90-day warranty from purchase date, and since it was a pre-release, I got it to, it was 90 days from release is what they counted it as. So that's what I got. I had to replace it once, but Xbox or Microsoft, they had great warranty, they had great service. Not warranty, like it should be a year to be honest, but 90 days was just enough. I was sweating it, but the people there hooked me up, they helped me out, and they were their refund was just quick and easy, and they took care of it. Even though I'm just PC player and I didn't have an Xbox account at the point in time, I used an Outlook account and it worked out. So in this container, this is a pretty cool case. It's pretty hard, pretty durable. But you got your pads, your paddles back here. Sorry, longer paddles are down here. I use the smaller paddles on the bottom. This has been a controller I've been using on Rocket League since I got this. Put over like 500 hours in that, way too many hours, but it has lasted a very, very long time with that. I also use this for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and I also use it for a couple of like Lego games and other games I have on Steam and GOG and whatever publishers I've got. But it's lasted. It's pretty awesome. Cool controller. Nice and weighted. It feels wonderful. The construction behind it is great. This is raised or textured grips here. They are starting to smooth out a little bit from the occasional putting it down on top of the table or desks, but it's not noticeable yet. My only gripe right now is the left analog stick in here has gotten pretty loose over time, and the rumble's gotten loud. If you're familiar with controllers, or like the Steam controller is pretty loud, the haptic feedback. This is pretty loud for rumbling, like on the inside, just it gets really pretty loud. But besides that, still an awesome controller. I got a buddy that's going to send me some pictures of his controllers that he's been using over the years and how quickly they degraded or just deteriorated. Ha! Funny. How fast they deteriorated playing games like Rocket League. This has withstood its time. Like, it's been amazing. The case is not quite as durable. This thing is pretty loose. This is the digital or HD pad. It's pretty loose. This piece is not down. You can just Velcro that, but that always falls out. So if I'm carrying this case around, it's always shaking on the inside. This is pretty dang annoying, but whatever. This cable here is my replacement cable for the one that came with my Xbox One Elite controller. This is from Scuf. Scuf's a pretty good brand. They have some awesome controllers. This cable is not quite as up to par as I thought it would be. These little hooks or whatever they are on the inside of this cable or the USB micro piece here have worn out really fast from disconnecting and connecting from the back here of this controller. So I figured, with Scuf, I don't know if it's just this one cable, and if that's the case, whatever, but if you're pulling them out constantly and it wears out that fast, that's kind of irritating. Thanks, guys. Hopefully I'll work on that. Or maybe I just go in there with a needle and fix it myself. Because of that, I went with rechargeable batteries inside. The battery charge lasts pretty decent amount of time, about 8 hours or so, before I plug it in and charge it while it's playing, which is pretty cool. On top of that, I also got the wireless dongle Bluetooth here. This plugs into the front of my PC over on the side here. That's pretty cool. I wish the Bluetooth worked on the hooked up with my motherboard. My motherboard's a Asus Maximus 8 Formula Edition, and the Bluetooth just didn't connect with each other. I don't know why. That's kind of lame, but I ended up picking up this thing, and it has made it so it's wireless on my PC, which is pretty cool. So that works. I can't wait till I get this figured out to assign different buttons. One thing, $150, a little steep. Still an awesome controller. The customizability behind it is kind of weak. It's not nearly as customizable as the Steam controller is. Steam controller, you can map any keyboard button to it. This, you can only map your X, Y, B, A buttons and your trigger buttons to your paddles back here. I think it would have been pretty cool to be able to put like a paddle right here and make that like a chat, so push to talk. But nope, you got to buy an adapter for it or just use your keyboard over there. I'm sure there's other workarounds, but in big picture mode, you can use your Xbox controller for big picture mode in Steam. So with that, I believe there is that customizability piece. I tried it once, and when I got out of big picture mode, it jacked up this controller. Like, the buttons were acting wonky. I had to disconnect it from big picture mode, restart the computer, and finally for it to reset itself. But this is the Xbox One Elite controller. Is it worth it? I think barely worth it. It's an amazing controller. I love it. It's good. It's weighty. It, you know, the gripe, once again, this analog stick getting loose, the vibration being pretty loud. When I first got it, it was very, very quiet. Purred like a little kitten, but it was very powerful. You could feel it. But great controller. Once again, great for fighting games, great for racing games. I use it for the dirt games and Forza and Need for Speed. Awesome. Specifically, I use this majority of the time for Rocket League because I have an addiction problem towards Rocket League. Such a sick game. But I hope you like this review. This is just a check-in with the Xbox One Elite controller. Well over a year of playing, well over 500 hours of just intense gaming with it, and it has pretty much withstood the time. So definitely check it out. Worth picking up. We'll see what else they do for us in the future. Peace out. Have a good one. Oops. Later.